All right, in 3, 2, 1.
This is the podcast.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and
Podcast.
and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That's like Joe Pesci doing The Way You Make Me Feel.
Oh, did you watch
Hey
Irishman?
everyone, welcome to Get to the Movies. My name is Diego de Souza. Obviously, we've started and we got into the mood.
What is going on? I wasn't ready.
Yeah, you were prepping.
Dude, I'm going to fucking pass out. Wait, hold on. I was prepping.
Yeah, you were prepping.
I was prepping my vocals.
Yes.
Yes.
La
it's
la
true.
la 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 la
Yeah.
la.
Da, 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 da,
Re
da.
mi fa sol la ti do.
A doe, a deer, a female
I need
deer.
to watch that again. I haven't seen that forever.
Ray. Blah, 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 blah.
Are we actually
I fucked it up.
started?
Yes, I actually
Apparently.
started.
Oh, I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
Yeah, you are.
Happy
I'm-
holidays.
Wait, this is how we should do it. I'm Gambino. Nick Gambino.
I'm Carson. Neil Carson.
I'm T.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Q.
Literally.
Hey, I went with the Q. The
Oh,
T,
yeah,
the
he's
two.
T,
I
yeah.
got, see?
Yeah, but he doesn't say that. He doesn't say his name. We were doing it.
Hello there,
You
Q.
fucked it up. You don't understand.
Hello there, Q.
Does he? He refers to himself as Q.
Yeah, but I'm saying he doesn't go, and I'm cute.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he
my
didn't-
last name
Oh, yeah.
doesn't work for this.
That's true.
D'Souza. Diego D'Souza.
Yes, it worked. That worked great.
Latin,
That works.
What? So it's always gonna be a white British guy playing a 007? Man,
No, it has
bring
nothing to do
bring
with
some
the
flavor.
person culture. It has to do with the
You are
name.
racist. Okay.
Mi nombre es.
You can't be
And that
racist
is-
against
thi-
yourself.
Think about
You
a
sure?
Latin.
Ask
think
yourself
about a
that
Latin
question, Neil.
James Bond.
That's true. That's true.
Think about a Latin James Bond. It'll be like this. En cada poquito con nada sentido por cada que tiene.
It's got a rhythm, man.
Yeah, that'd be
Got a
crazy.
rhythm. It's got a rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
down with that.
Yeah.
So, dun it.
Don't.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. So the new trailer popped out.
God.
Yeah, no
I'm so
time
excited.
to die. It looks good.
It looks really
Yeah.
good.
Like, I really liked Spectre.
Yes.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Like I loved Casino Royale.
Yeah.
But I still like I've rewatched it several times since I saw it, and I like it a lot more now.
Yeah.
Like the first time I watched it, I was like, nah, and now I'm like, I really like this movie.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a very like it's one of the best action movies I've seen.
Yeah,
in
I
a
remember
long
really
time.
liking when I watched it, and I mentioned that I only watched it once. I never saw Spectre again. I saw it
I
in a
can't believe
drive-in
you only
theater.
watched it once, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just
I'll
what
let you
happened.
borrow it.
Yeah, all right.
No,
Yeah, you
Casino
own
Royale is the
all
only one that I
24.
watched multiple times.
Yeah, Casino
Not-
Royale is
Yeah.
so
Is
good.
Casino Royale?
Yeah. It had to be. That's the best one. But GoldenEye, you probably seen GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, I've seen all the
But
Bonds.
you mean the Daniel Craig one?
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of repeat viewings, I've seen GoldenEye a million times. I've seen a lot of those,
Yeah.
a bunch. But Casino Royale, Skyfall was really good.
Skyfall,
Quantum of
loved,
Solace,
yeah.
I think, is the weakest out of all of them.
Yes.
It is.
I should rewatch it though. But I think this Daniel Craig run of Bond films has probably been the strongest run for any of these guys. I
think so. Yeah.
Because you go back to Connery, and I love his.
But
his
it's like weird.
portrayal,
It's
but he had a couple
the
hokey.
nostalgia like overwhelms you, so you're kind of like
Yeah.
it's hard to say it's not like even though these are just so tight and so well directed
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
acted and
you
it's
can't
one
say
continuous story.
didn't have a strong run because it wouldn't be here today if it did.
Yeah,
So that's
that's true.
if the story didn't have a strong run, and it obviously did with all the characters. But these being more action based
and
more
serialized,
very,
they're connected stories, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's a 13-year run right now. It's gonna be 14 years when that one
14,
comes
yeah,
out, because
exactly.
2006 to
For Daniel
2020.
Craig?
Yeah,
Wow.
14-year run. I mean, that's only is that 5 movies?
Yeah, this would be
Yeah,
the fifth
Yeah.
movie.
fifth movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he didn't
And
do a
it's
lot of
last.
this.
His last.
Yep, this is last, and you could see it.
In the trailer.
Yeah, when you can see it in terms of certain things they set up, but you can also see it in his performance.
Correct.
This looks
He's an
like
old
the
dude.
most. Yeah, he's an older dude, and he also looks like the more emotional Bond. He
Yeah.
he looks like not as much unhinged as so much as he's dealing with some shit psychologically.
Yeah.
He looks like he's the womanizing years are gone. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
seems
now
like
he's trying to settle down and
Yeah.
and
that's the thing. And it's
take
like
out all
everything
his
came back to
enemies.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything came back to him, which is, I mean, you see that in the trailer, how you see, one, the girl, when you talk about that, this is the final one, the girl talks about that you're outdated.
yeah.
Right.
And then two, you see a lot of older characters coming back and you see what's his name, the bad guy, talk about
Rami Malek.
Yeah, like his secret is not Raymond Malik, but the other guy that's in jail.
Christoph Waltz,
yeah.
is Blofeld.
Yeah, Blofeld. Yeah.
How he like things are coming out, like
Yeah.
his secrets are coming out, and so that's really super interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. This Bond seems. I'm not going to say that I might go to the theater and
Oh,
watch it.
you can't.
Oh my
But
God, dude.
this
I will
Bond
absolutely
seems-
go to the theater to see
Yeah,
that.
I'll need motivation. You know, I'll probably let it go through a week and see what people say about it. But it's always up to my wife. I'm not.
Dude,
a
it's being
Look, I've been
directed
watching
by,
some great films.
Corey Juju Fukunaga or Koji Fukunaga.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm fucking
You know,
that up.
Yeah,
But he did.
It's not because I'm white. It's just
what-
because I'm
what-
bad with names.
What did he do?
He did True Detective
We just talked
season
about.
1.
Oh my God, True
Maniac.
Detective. The first season
The
is
first
like
season,
one of my
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah,
Like
he-
I could rewatch that whole season over and over and over. again. Like,
Maniac,
it's so
Beast of
good.
No Nation. He wrote.
Oh yeah, Beast of No
It.
Nation.
I heard
is
Maniac
incredible.
was really
Yeah,
good.
he
I haven't
wrote
seen
it chapter 1. I think. I don't think he did the
Yeah.
second one, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, and that True Detective season 1 is all you really need.
Yeah.
to know this guy is like
amazing.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think this looks really good, and I wonder if they're actually trying to do a handoff to a younger.
It
Bond.
sounds like it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
you
what
see a
everybody-
lot of the scenes. Like,
Yeah, and everybody's speculating on that.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like we have to make sure, like we have to see what the reception is to that character. You know, you can't just
the
like,
girl,
yeah.
she's a 00, they say.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, is she going to be charismatic enough or interesting enough character to hold a franchise?
Yeah.
You know, because are they going to move on and stop doing James Bond movies and just do 007 movies? Like, they could just go that whole direction. They've been doing it for over 50 years, and they could decide not to do James Bond anymore
Yeah.
and just do the 007.
But it's weird that
series.
she said if she's so what's outdated is the idea of having a human go and do spy shit instead of just relying on technology. Is that what they mean by outdated? Or
no, I think
No, he's
more
just,
it's-
from the old
He's
world.
from the
Oh.
old world. He's hi, I'm this swaggered white male that is in control of everything, and
Yeah.
everything
But
else
it's-
is below me.
part of me feels like that like theme has already come up in like the previous Bond films. They're kind of like, you know, you're an old timer, like you don't understand. Like even in Skyfall, I feel like they
You
kind
talking
of
about the
brought that
Daniel
up.
Craig ones?
Yes, yeah, they
Well,
definitely
he
there was like a
retired
theme
in the
of
beginning of that
him
when he got shot.
Yeah.
Well, he basically faked his death.
Faked
Like
his
they
death,
thought
yeah.
he was dead.
Yeah, and he went off and did his own thing.
But even
Yeah.
when he came back, it wasn't like the only one that felt like they needed him was M.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, oh, you're an outdated relic, you're a dinosaur.
But
Like, get the
Skyfall
fuck
was
outta
only
here.
2 movies after Casino Royale, and Casino Royale was his first outing. That's when he becomes a 00.
Yeah.
Right? So he gets his 00 status and his license to kill in Casino Royale. And Skyfall is only 2 movies later.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't-
even by Skyfall, it felt like, you know, it could have been his last movie.
Yeah,
if
I
he
guess
wanted it to be.
It could have
I
been.
think
yeah.
they could,
Yeah.
they're just changing the structure of the story of 007, which is fine. I mean, they're making it more. It sounds like it's going more into the universe of 007
Yeah,
instead of
I'm
the
saying.
James Bond focused storyline.
Exactly.
So
I don't know. It's been around since 1962.
So over
Yeah.
57 years.
So it's like, yeah, all of a sudden just be like, well, we're
Yeah.
just gonna get rid of this character.
But I
Who's
think
like
it
an
needs to.
iconic
I think it
character in
needs to.
cinema.
Or they just do
and
it. They
all
do
the
it.
novels.
Honestly, with the way they are with IP these days and remakes, reboots, and all that, all they do is they
Do a
continue this
spin-off.
story. Yeah. No.
Keep James Bond, but do a spinoff.
Well, no. What they do is in this
okay with
world.
that.
No. In this world could become the spin-off. You hand it over to 007, continue this storyline where Daniel Craig was James Bond. He died, he retired, or whatever.
we don't
There's a
have to do
new
that.
one. No, but I'm saying
He's like, don't kill him.
You keep the spin-off in the current universe of these movies, and then you reboot another James Bond one over here. Because every time you do a new James Bond one, it's really supposed to be its own movie, not connected.
Do you
to
think
the other
like
ones.
Ray Fiennes and all the different actors and actresses that have been in this series of films want to just keep making them for the next 10 years, 15 years?
I think if the paycheck's right, like shit, they're working actors. This is a job.
I guess,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they're quality films. I'm not saying they're looking to make
Except for that
shitty
Quantum of
schlock.
Solace. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, but you
Honest-
still
I
watched
do
it.
need to
You still
rewatch
watched
it. I need to rewatch it
This is
because
the
I remember
same-
watching it twice and being like, "How did this happen?" Like this is
Yeah.
just a bad. It's an entertaining movie, but
you
like
have
there's
to look at-
aspects of
but
it that are just
It
bad.
just came
The thing
right
that I
after
always say-
Casino Royale, though.
Yeah, the thing that I always
Yeah.
say is like nobody goes into these films saying, "Hey, I'm gonna make a bad Bond film." So something just went wrong. It didn't work out. I think they had hopes for it to
There
be.
is behind the stories news about it. There's something about like them not having the script ready when they started filming,
Yeah.
which can
And
work
you know
for
what
some
it is?
people.
It's the way it's filmed. There's like these weird long scenes where like nothing happens. There's no dialogue, and it's a lot of like walking up terraces and walking behind in shadows. And I'm like, why did I just watch like 8 minutes of him just walking
Maybe they
somewhere
really
with no
thought
dialogue?
that-
I'm like, it's like
Masturbatory
it felt like
walking
there was a lot of
scenes.
filler.
But that's a lot of
stuff.
that's a lot of the some of the classical Bonds where you see him just elegantly walking.
Yeah,
that is true.
Maybe,
So
maybe
it-
the director was
so-
like, I want to throw back to that.
You
I
wanna
remember
throw
it being
and it just
confusing.
Yeah, it
didn't
didn't.
make sense.
And it
didn't
was
work.
confusing.
That's what I always remember. I got to rewatch it, but I always remember going, Quantum of Solace. I'm like, what happened?
Isn't the white guy in it Mr. White or something? Mr. White? Is that his name?
Is that what they call him? in it?
The guy who
Yeah.
was like at the end of Casino
Oh.
Royale,
Oh,
who
is
then
he?
shows up
Yes.
in like
He does show up in
Spectre or
that,
something.
yeah,
He has
or
like
Skyfall.
cancer. Was it Skyfall or Spectre?
Isn't he in all? Doesn't he show up in like all of them?
No, in Spectre. He kills him, right?
Yeah, I thought that was Skyfall
it
though. Is
Spectre?
it Spectre? Yeah. Okay, yeah, and he
I'm confused.
he lets
Yeah.
him kill himself, doesn't he? He lets him
He
kill
gives
himself.
but Bond gives his gun to the guy, and the
Yeah.
guy shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
He's like, "Save my daughter" or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. So maybe that. Yeah, I guess that was Spectre because isn't Leah Seydoux? Isn't that his? Daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you're right. It is Spectre. But Quantum of Solace. Yeah, I just remember going. Yeah, confused. I mean, it looked.
I like
pretty.
the name. I love the name.
Great
Quantum
name.
of Solace is a cool,
Great name.
for
I
a
don't.
movie.
I forget what it means.
Quantum
but
of Solace, yeah.
Quantum is like time, and Solace is like a moment of serenity or peace or whatever. So like a quantum is a very small amount of time.
Yeah.
So it's like just give me a quantum of
minutia,
solace.
a minutia of peace.
Yeah.
So within
It's
the whole
some
film,
nerd shit.
there's
Nerds
a
would say that.
0.3 seconds of peace.
Yeah.
And you have to look for that. And
Give me
that's
like
the
a
meaning of the film.
microsecond of
Yeah.
like serenity. That's
Yeah.
all I fucking want. And
Serenity
Bond's like,
now.
oh,
And it's
I-
right before the credits start rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that,
That
tint of
quantum.
white
Yeah,
on the
like-
bottom of the screen. Ooh,
That's how fast it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Solace.
So I think this new one's gonna. I don't know. I like that trailer. But you know the trailers are an art these days. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
are.
They have suckered me into some movies that I'm like, it was an okay movie, but that trailer was fucking high
Yes.
art.
Some trailers
High
cannot
art.
cannot hype a movie like enough where you're like, I feel like it's not going to be good, but I'll see it anyway because I'm.
But some trailers are
I'm
a
already hooked
lot
on the
better.
franchise. Yeah,
a lot better than some films.
Yeah.
I forgot what film I just watched, and I was thinking, I was like, dude, the trailer really. Oh, it was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Like the trailer to me was a lot better, a lot
the
more
movie?
emotional than the film.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I will
trailer
say
is
there
an
are
art.
some movies where like I watch a trailer and I was like, oh, that doesn't look great, but I'll see it. And then when I see the movie, I'm like, that movie is way better than the trailer
Yeah.
Right.
portrays. That
That
happened
is
to
very
me
true.
recently.
So, with what? You're looking at us.
I was gonna say
Just say the name and don't say anything else.
Knives Out.
Oh, fucking shut up! I don't want to hear it. I want to see it. God damn it! Oh,
great movie. Everybody
Well,
should see it. It's
Ford
so good.
versus
Daniel Craig is fantastic.
Ford versus Ferrari. I thought the trailer looked good, and
Yeah, I think the trailer is.
I
really
ended up
good.
seeing the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Better
movie.
than the trailer?
I was like, I actually was like, I could put this in my top 5 of the year, kind of a movie, and I was
Oh,
surprised
well,
because
you haven't seen
biopics.
Dr. Sleep.
All right,
so,
even
yeah.
Doctor Sleep, my
You
nuts.
see Dr. Sleep, you're gonna be like, wow.
I do need to see it.
Wow.
But
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Great.
Where's
there.
where's Owen
It's a great
Wilson?
film.
Ah,
Yeah,
he's
I like
he's
it.
around.
I want him to be in a Star Wars movie. That's what I want. I wanted him to be
Oh, the
like,
lightsaber.
wow.
So, what was I saying? So, just just real quick.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari. That movie actually really surprised me at how good it was, and because biopics can be hit or miss. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, oh, that was a fun movie,
Yeah.
but it kind of just happened, and they're done. That movie has everything: great acting, great story, high pace, fun, interesting. It's a true story. Shit happened. I had no idea of, and it's just great. Great
Yeah.
dialogue. I was like fucking sold on that movie. It's like 2.5 hours, and it was gone like that.
Yeah, that's just like Rambo,
Oh, yeah.
the Last Blood.
Yeah.
It's literally
I
like
haven't
Rambo,
seen it. I haven't
the
seen
Last
it. I
Scar.
haven't seen it. Don't
The
spoil
Last
it.
Scar. Diego loves Sylvester Stallone and loves Rambo,
Yeah.
and he was thoroughly disappointed with The Last Blood.
Yes.
Which is very unfortunate. We haven't seen it to be able to comment on it, but
I feel like it was somebody
Sylvester
through the
went too
script.
far.
Did he write this one? I don't know if he wrote
I thought
this
he
one.
wrote it. He didn't direct it.
I don't know if he wrote this, but I think
I feel like he wrote it.
it seems like this is the film that people pushed him to do, and he's like, "Fine, I'll just throw it out there. I'm old. I'm just
He's like
I'll just
70
finalize the
something,
character. You know, it's all good."
Yeah.
But I don't know if he wrote this one.
Does he take out the cartels?
He wrote it.
He did write
Yep,
it.
Yep. He wrote it. He had a co-writer on it.
I
but he
don't
wrote it.
accept that.
Okay. He's written a lot of stuff, and not
Somebody
all of it.
co-wrote it?
It can't be this bad.
He had a co-writer,
Yo,
but
you need.
he was a
Dude, he wrote Rocky Balboa.
I know. That's what
a
I'm
good
saying. That's the
movie.
one
He
thing
wrote
I
all
said
the
to my wife.
Rockies.
My
He
wife
did
was
write
looking
all.
at me, laughing at me because of my facial expression, and that's the one thing that I did not understand. Is
Yeah.
because Sylvester Stallone, he brings in his writing, he brings a lot of good quality, even if they seem 80, like from the era of the
Outdated.
80s, outdated. But the quality in his writing is great. I mean, you still see that in some of in the Creed films. You
Yeah.
see that in you know, Rocky Balboa, you know, and then you have this Rambo Last Blood, and that's what did not make sense to me. It was like, what did he just like tell a fan? Yeah, I'll just put one out there, and they just limited amount of time, because you see the studios that were involved. Obviously, a lot of studios did not want this film made because they obviously knew that it wasn't going to be a great quality, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like, man, they just.
I actually can't wait to see it. I'll be honest. This is like a glowing review that's got me wanting to now watch it. Because I really think I'm going to enjoy it. I mean,
I'll tell you
that's
this.
not a
Remember,
knock on your
remember the
review,
Gatling
but-
gun scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the
Is there a
first.
lot of that?
They
From the
go
fourth one?
way above and beyond
For
that.
the fourth one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rambo's
Way
Rambo's
above
violent.
and beyond that.
You know, I think
it just-
they misunderstood. I mean, well, Rambo became, you know,
An action
Yeah,
crazy.
an
First
action
Blood was
guy,
different.
like- yeah, I kind of wish. I was hoping that Last Blood would go back to First Blood.
First Blood, yeah.
Like it would essentially.
That's what I was
be-
hoping for. What I hoped for was the script was going to be where everything he did caught up to him.
Yeah.
They caught up and they found him because he did some criminal shit in First Blood, and you know he shot up a fucking town. You know he did, and things caught up to him, and he
Yeah, but they
he
drew First
basically
Blood.
had-
But I
Guys,
feel
they-
like
they drew
with
First
Rambo,
Blood.
yeah,
Rambo
but they were
is so
police
crazy.
officers and stuff.
Rambo, the fourth one, I feel
Yeah.
like was just got so ridiculous that like,
How did we
if
get
they had
off
reined
James
this
Bond?
in, if they reined this one in, I'd be sold. Like if they did a small town thing where it's like him and then some situation in the small community where he's in, and it basically like redid
Grounded
the
it.
Last Blood or something like that, and he's like an old dude, and maybe they like set it up so he like is like has a terminal illness.
They
and
already
so he,
did that.
like,
It's called Gran Torino.
yeah, that's true. I love Gran
That's
Torino.
a great movie.
But
Basically
let
the same
me-
thing.
let me
He's like a vet, like from the Korean War. He's, you know, he's
he's
an
very
old dude.
ornery.
He's got
Although Rambo, I feel like
got an
wasn't
illness.
never like he didn't mistreat people that didn't deserve it.
no, he wasn't a racist.
Yeah, and what's his name was definitely had racist tendencies.
He was a racist. That was the
Was
whole
he a
point.
full blown racist? I mean, full blown racist would have been far more.
Full on
First
it-
Blood?
He was
Wait,
like
who
a
are you talking
partial
about?
racist.
We're talking about full. Here's the thing.
Gran Torino.
Neil,
He's like
Neil,
changing it up
Neil,
on us.
full on AIDS is just as bad as
Partial
a
AIDS?
partial AIDS. Okay,
There is no partial AIDS. There's only one type of AIDS. It's full blown.
It's like a very fatal murder. It's like, well, all murder is fatal, and
No,
there's
there's
no degrees of
gradient
murder.
scales of
Death is
racism.
death.
Even the most non-racist person has some racist bias in their blood.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Why does this have to
I
do
think-
with James Bond?
Yeah.
Time to die.
Oh yeah,
It was me.
it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I got emotional over Rambo.
I know you
so.
really wanted to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So, but No Time to Die. I'm down with this film. The trailer I thought was a great first trailer. Again, trailers can sell you on things that with the movie you can't deliver on.
Yeah.
But I think it's solid.
I really think it really seems like this is a handoff.
Yep.
I hope she does really well. I really do. I think she seems like a very interesting choice. Obviously, these last couple of years, we had a lot of films that have had a changeover with an interesting choice. One, you know, Joker. That was very interesting at first, but it worked out great.
But do we think that Hollywood's going to make any more films like the Joker? I feel like
I
that's
think
a
no. I
one-off.
think yes. No, I
They're
don't
talking
know.
about a sequel to it right now.
No.
Huh?
They're talking about a sequel to Joker right
Yeah.
now. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Joaquin would come
They're
back?
yeah,
for a
they're
sequel?
developing. Joaquin and Todd Phillips are starting to kick around, develop like he's starting to develop it, but they want to make sure it stays true to the world and the universe and everything like
alright.
that without going crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured that's just like a one-off. Like
Yeah.
they weren't going to follow.
which
in that.
would have been cool. Like there's
Yeah.
something cool about just doing it and be like, no,
That's it.
yeah,
No
Yeah.
more.
But,
But
it
to
crossed
bring
$1
it-
billion. That kind of movie,
that kind of money.
$1 billion,
Yeah.
that
You're
kind of
like,
You
money.
want a sequel just to sponge
It
the
cost
mo-
us $20 to make it, and we made $1 billion.
you got investor. You got a board of directors, and you have you know,
money flow. Yeah.
You know,
Did it
the-
do $1 billion? Really?
It
No.
did, yeah, across the billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the billion internationally.
Wow.
And they're just
That
like
movie must have cost like $15 million to make. Like nothing.
It was a little
that's
bit more
an
than that, but
indie
it was.
film movie.
It was-
There's no
it was-
special effects.
I mean, you had De
there's no
Niro,
nothing.
you had Joaquin Phoenix, and they command.
Yeah, but De Niro will be in anything. He's in like,
Yeah,
you know.
but he has a paycheck, that's due to him. You know, what I mean, he's De Niro. That'll okay.
Do you remember this guy?
No. I think he got more than Joaquin Phoenix. I think he got more than Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
But
anyways, bring
What
it
are we
back
talking
to
about? Holy shit.
Yeah, you guys went too far.
God damn it.
I said a reference and you guys took it as
It's
a
62
new topic.
It's Joker had a $62.5 million budget. 62 million.
Yeah.
maybe to get to clear the streets of New York City so they could film and be like just force the police.
No, that's
to,
just
like,
for the
block
top three
public.
actors to be in the film.
It must be because like literally nothing
Joaquin
happens in
made-
the movie
what,
that
Joaquin made, like,
justify
15 to 20,
$62
right?
million.
25 million of 62.5 went to Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
Are you
and
serious?
Joaquin
Yeah.
went to
Wow.
So it's like 4 million, I think.
De
for
Niro
Joaquin
was in the
Phoenix.
movie for like 10
he was-
minutes.
I thought he was like 15.
No, I think Joaquin only got $4 million on it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He seems totally fine getting
But-
like not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that, you know,
4
there's-
million is not a lot of money.
Whoa. For the main actor in the movie who may get nominated for Best Actor
Yeah.
at the Oscars this year for
Yeah.
this performance, like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's not a lot of money.
But my point was that
And De Niro was
very
in it for like 10
interesting,
seconds.
very interesting characters have been chosen within the last couple of years, and now we have her coming into the James Bond world that she might be the next 000.
Oh, the
into
chick that they
film.
show in the
yeah,
trailer.
that was
Yeah,
my whole
yeah.
point of
Yeah,
bringing
yeah.
this, and then we got
Is
way
she
too
in that
into.
Bonnie and Clyde movie with what's his name? The guy from Get Out.
I don't know. This is how we
same
we went
actress?
into Joker, and this is how we went into.
Well, no,
Remember-
that I think this actress.
Queen and Slim?
Queen
Queen
and Slim. Is that
yeah, I
is
think-
the actress
yeah,
in
I
that?
think-
Is
I
the
think
same
she
one
is.
who's in
Yeah,
this?
I think
it?
it's the same one. Yeah, I know. Who you're talking
It didn't
Let
look
me
like
see.
her. It didn't look like her.
It
may
might
not
be.
be.
I'm not
It
sure.
may not
It
be.
only
I just-
looked like her, but it didn't seem. I didn't see the similarity in the face.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
so
no, I'm looking at IMDb. She's not.
She's not in there.
It's not her. Yeah, they're
Okay.
different actresses. So Ana de Armas is in it.
yeah,
Yes.
And
I do like her a lot.
she's in Knives Out
Oh, that's right, she is. And
Yeah.
Blade Runner
Oh, wow.
2049. And
Blade Runner. You said.
and Daniel Craig.
she's in Blade Runner
They're both in
2049.
Knives Out together.
Oh.
The sequel, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was the.
Can I tell you
CG
guys a
chick
secret?
over there. She was also in War Dogs.
Can I tell you
That's
guys
right.
a secret?
She's in a lot of great stuff.
I
Hands
didn't
of
see
Stone.
that.
You didn't see Blade Runner 2049? Oh,
Wait,
good movie.
We definitely
man.
talked about this.
We did talk
definitely
about it,
did.
but I didn't.
You still haven't watched it?
You gotta watch it, man.
I think it's on
I
Netflix.
fell asleep. I started to, but I fell asleep.
Well, those are both slower movies.
I pulled my.
It will put you to sleep.
I pulled what my
Both
wife
Blade
did to me.
Runners are slower.
My wife goes, "Hey, let's watch The King on Netflix." I was like, "Cool." 5 minutes in, she's gone.
So then you're like Blade Runner time.
No, I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
So James Bond, though, to No Time to Die, she's in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know who she's
I
supposed
feel
to
like
be.
she's coming up. Well, they
next
show her for
Bond.
2 seconds
The
in the
next
trailer.
Ja-
She's
the
at the
next
end of the
007,
trailer
sorry.
for 2 seconds.
Yeah, but I don't know who she's supposed to be in
The
it.
next 007.
She's the Bond girl.
No, they were saying you were saying the other 00 is going to be. I guess
No, she's
already
not
a
going to be the
00.
Bond girl. She's going to be.
Oh, you talking about
the new
okay,
Ana de
I'm sorry.
Armas.
Yeah.
She's not slated to be the next Bond.
No.
Okay.
The
Oh,
Where's-
Bond girl. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying 007. I'm sorry. Okay. got it.
Where's 006?
I'm saying
in
007.
GoldenEye, like 20 years ago, we had 006 show up.
He got
Sean
killed.
Bean. No, but I mean, why isn't there a 006 referenced in this series? You know what I'm saying?
well, I mean,
Have
well,
they
they
bring
say
up
a
the
double.
006?
Well, they say a
She
double.
could be
O.
006.
So she could be 006.
Oh, he just calls her a 00.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't say what the
Okay.
number is, so she could be 006.
Yeah.
She looks
This
a lot like
just
Sean
turned
Bean.
out to be a double equation.
00.
0000.
Yeah.
00.
No, so she's referenced as a 00 in the film.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. I think it's a great pick. I
Yeah.
think it's a great pick. And I think how within the trailer, how they showed it, how they brought up the topic, it looks good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it. It's very interesting if they do that and
That's
follow
what
that.
she's from. She's in Captain Marvel. The chick who plays the new 00.
The mom.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
she's
She
the
played the
mom. I knew
mom.
it. Because
There
I
you
remember
go.
we
Yeah.
knew that she was going to be in it,
Yeah.
and there were
That's
rumors
right.
saying she was going to be the new 00
That's
or
right.
something
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So but it's directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. And it's being released in April 2020.
Correct.
So it's only we're only like 4 months out for
Yeah.
no Time to Die.
My birthday present.
Yeah. It comes
Yeah.
out 3 days before your birthday.
For me and Callie, yeah. It's
That's right.
close
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to go to the theater.
Dude.
We already know this.
We
dude.
should all go. We should all go.
We've
Suits.
We've said that before.
We've done that once for Jurassic World.
And it was amazing. I love Jurassic
Yeah.
World. I don't know how you guys felt about it.
We loved it.
I mean, I loved it as much
The
as
first
like
one?
the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah, well, that's
how
crazy
much
talk.
I like that movie.
That's too much, but it is a really good movie.
That
I
does
like-
seem like crazy talk, but like after Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, I was like, oh my God, this movie to me is as good as,
interesting.
or almost as good as the original. Almost. It's a close second. It's
Yeah.
definitely beneath it. Definitely beneath, but it's better. I enjoy it more than Lost
You're
World
beneath
and
it.
Jurassic Park 3.
Really, I actually really liked Jurassic.
Really? You
Jurassic
didn't think
World
Jurassic
2.
World was better than
I thought
2 and 3?
Fallen Kingdom was
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
By the way, I really
I've
liked Jurassic
rewatched
World,
that
Fallen
movie
Kingdom.
multiple times since it came out,
I enjoyed
and
I enjoyed it a lot.
I just don't know how to feel about that movie. There's that whole weird thing with cloning the little girl, and
Anyway, so James Bond, it's all good.
It's
I think we're
weird.
done. I think we've exhausted the James Bond subject because obviously we're starting to
I was
drift.
going to bring up.
cut. We're at like only 25 minutes,
Well, that's
and if
fine,
you're gonna
yeah.
cut things out, it's gonna be like 20-minute podcast.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I was going to bring up.
Real quick,
Roger Moore has still done the most. He's done 7 Bond films.
Really?
Yeah, Sean Connery
He's
only
the only
did
one that died too. He's the only
5.
one-
I mean, if you include Sean Connery's like.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean he's the only one that's.
Well,
died,
Roger
yeah.
Moore is dead now, so it's like he.
Timothy Dalton, Roger Moore.
Yep.
Sean Connery.
George Lazenby.
George Lazenby still
Pierce
alive.
Brosnan.
There's a scene in this
Super old
new
Pierce
film where
Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan did
where
4.
Daniel Craig looks in the mirror and he
Only
sees Sean
4.
Connery.
Huh?
Yeah, that got your attention, didn't it?
Daniel Craig looks in the mirror and sees Sean Connery.
Yeah.
They better not put that in the
That
movie.
would
That'd
be
be the cheesiest, most out of character
1, 2,
thing
3,
for those
4,
movies.
5.
The last scene is
Oh,
on
no,
the
they did the same if you include Never
Never say
die.
Never say never.
die.
Never Say Never.
That's
Yeah.
not what it is. It is never say never.
Never Say Never.
Why
yeah.
is it called
that's-
Never
so-
Say Never?
Because Sean Connery was like, I'm never doing Bond again. And they're like, here's $20 million. He's like, never say never. That's why it's called. That's why I always thought it was called that, because it was a play on the fact that he's finally coming back as an old geezer playing James Bond. Didn't you think that?
I did. But I did had such a funny response. They're like, he's like, fuck that shit. Here's $20 million. Never say never. That's a great title. Sean.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Dude, money, man. It's a great motivator.
It sure is. It's the only motivator.
So this film might possibly be the closure to the Daniel Craig story.
Yeah, I think this is the
I
last
mean,
one.
I definitely know it's going to be the closure to Daniel Craig's story, but it's
He wanted to hang up the tuxedo after
In the last film.
Skyfall,
Yes.
Spectre, and like now this is like he's like, all right, seriously, done after this. And I think it's because he's older.
he pulled a never say never. a
Queen
couple
of
Yeah.
times.
England
Yeah.
was like, you have to be in the new Bond film. Remember, he was going to quit after Spectre, and the
Yeah.
Queen of England was like,
Or I'll,
No.
I'll revoke your citizenship.
this is the Queen.
yeah, he
No.
literally met her, and she was like, I can't wait to see you in the next movie. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, what the fuck? He's like, this literally 100-year-old
you know what she
royalty
did?
is telling me that she's excited to see
You know-
me in this another movie.
You know what happened is
British
Patrick Stewart was
loyalty, like, got
Patrick
him.
Stewart was beside her, and he was like, "You're must, or else you won't get the Sir title."
Yeah. Oh, has he been knighted or not?
Yeah.
Was it knighted or sirred
Knighted,
or
yeah.
whatever?
I don't think he's been knighted.
Daniel
Patrick,
Craig?
no,
I know
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick
Stewart.
Stewart.
That's what I'm
has,
saying.
yeah.
Patrick Stewart beside the Queen. You must, or else you won't get knighted.
That's true. That's true. Because Daniel Craig
Daniel
might,
Craig's
might
like,
get a
"Fuck
sir.
it, hey."
Yeah.
Get a sir slapped
He
on
might
him.
get a Sir slapped on for being
Yeah.
James Bond.
I mean, assuming she's, still around by the time the movie comes out.
Like,
Yeah.
she's
She
old.
ain't-
She's like,
She's
keep
like
going,
95.
Man.
that'll be
something.
fucked up because then he might stay as Bond because there's a promise made by her and now she's dead. He doesn't
Oh,
get-
so I don't want to keep talking about Knives Out because it's so good. And you
But
guys
Daniel
need to
Craig
see it.
is in it.
Daniel
Yeah,
Craig
and
is
so
in
he
it.
definitely, I'm assuming he filmed this after this, or maybe before. Maybe he filmed it before because he definitely looks far more fit in this movie than he does in Knives Out. He plays kind of like a older guy
Yeah.
with a hilarious accent, but he doesn't look like he looks in this. Like in this movie, it looks like he's like gotten in shape, and he's an old guy. He's like 40, 50, something like that.
That's not old, dude. What are you?
We say that's not old, but for a Hollywood, in Hollywood, it
not-
doesn't
to-
seem old because they can spend like the studio pays millions of dollars for them to get fit with trainers every day and eat the best food on the planet and all this shit. But for us,
Have you seen
if
the
I was 50
Irishman
years
yet?
old and I had to get like fit like he is in that movie, I would die.
Have
Like
you
I
seen the
wouldn't
Irishman
survive.
yet on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, there's a 30-minute sit down where they all sit down and Robert De Niro goes, well, with CGI, the great thing is that all these younger actors got a challenge because we can still play some great films.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
Yeah. So
But like, I don't know. It just he's.
I think he's
I don't
just
think
done
he's gonna,
with the role.
Yeah, I think the reason is he doesn't want to do any of the physical shit anymore.
I think that's exactly what it is.
I think that's the main reason.
It's hard when you get to that age. Like,
Yeah, he says he has
brutal.
to spend like 3 or 4 months before they start filming, just like working out every day.
Yeah.
He just
working
wants to
out
get
like
fat.
7 days a week.
He just wants to get fat and like.
yeah, he's like, not get fat, but he doesn't want to be in shape.
Maybe he
Gerard
does.
Butler was the same way. After he did 300, he's like, I'm never going to do a movie like that again.
No,
Like,
they
that was-
CGI'd his abs on.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Zack Snyder said they CGI'd.
No.
They had to be in shape, but
Maybe
they
lightly
CG'd their
CGI'd, but if you watch the behind the scenes
Arnold
stuff,
Schwarzenegger
like, they,
showed up on set and was like, showed up, saw the footage, asked Zack Snyder, "How did you get their abs?" Like, because was a bodybuilder, he knows how to sculpt the body, and they were so perfect, and everybody had perfect. And
Are we talking about like those scenes where it was like the freeze frame or something?
I don't know
where he's got
exactly
all
what
the
which
arrows
scenes you're
in 'em
referring
and
to,
The
but-
sun's glistening.
Yeah, but Zack Snyder's like, it's all CG, man.
No,
Those are some fat fucks out there. Those people are pushing like
No,
380.
dude, watch the
blubber
behind the
and
scenes.
fat.
Did you watch the behind the scenes on 300?
I-
Those dudes like
yeah.
spent months getting in
No,
shape.
I know they spent months getting in shape, and I know
Yeah.
they only took 21 days to film.
yeah,
But from what I heard, it wasn't CGI. From what I heard, it was just it's how they laid the makeup.
What are we talking
on the
about?
abs?
yeah.
How are we doing this? I think we need to wrap up. We are freaking so many tangents.
We're just, dude. There's not much to talk about, so we're talking about abs. You know, Daniel Craig's abs. That's where it's like devolved.
All right,
into.
so we've basically dragged it on, but we are excited about the new movie with
Yep.
Daniel Craig.
No Time to Die.
How can you
it's
not
gonna
be excited?
Finalize this story.
check out the trailer.
So, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next with the 007 stories, with the 00 stories.
Yep.
And we're gonna.
I'm excited
they're
for
gonna take the
this.
universe.
I'm not going to worry about
The
what may or may
franchise.
not come.
Oh, it's not a worry thing. It's always interesting to see where they take things, and I'm excited to see what they plan to do, letting go of a main character that has driven the story for so long.
But I feel like they were not confirming, but they were saying that Richard Madden from Game of Thrones and he was in that Bodyguard series. It's on
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah, I know what you're
yeah.
talking
They're
about.
saying
The-
he's
yeah.
like he's
Stark,
like
Ned
a
Stark.
top runner to take over for Daniel Craig.
No,
So-
no, not
What's his
for
face?
James Bond.
For Bond.
For a 007. There's no. There
I think-
hasn't been any talks, from what I know, of
I-
James Bond.
Dude, the name James Bond just that's guaranteed for $500 million. You just say James Bond and put any actor in that role and $500 million. So there's no way they're gonna throw that away and just be like, oh, we're gonna not use James Bond's name anymore.
I mean, the universe is
It's
still
the
out
money.
there. It's like she said in the trailer. It's a new age, and you're
That's
outdated.
true. Jane Bond and James Bond. We'll do two of them.
Jamie Bond,
The winter and
Jenny
the summer
Bond.
release.
or just name her James.
The
Bond.
first film was going to just be called 00.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If it flops, then they're just going to go right back to James Bond.
It's very easy. How many times did they reboot Terminator and just ignore other ones? Like, you could just keep doing that.
Yeah.
If something doesn't work, be
What's
like,
a new
we'll just do it again.
generation?
Yeah.
I mean, look at people that were a certain age when Casino Royale came out are now a certain age, and now they have kids, and those kids are going to watch. I don't know if kids are watching James Bond.
Last Tantrum, they're rebooting fucking Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's interesting.
They don't. We
Are
don't
they?
know.
Wait,
if
what?
they're yeah,
Well,
they're doing
directed,
When did this
directed
happen?
from Maze Runner.
We don't know if it's reboot.
It's a reboot.
or if it's
Didn't they just finish a
continuation.
trilogy like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
I-
No.
I stated
there
in
might
the
be, There might be
conversation-
a sequel to those. We don't know.
Oh, a sequel.
Oh, they
Yeah.
said it was a remake.
They
Or a
didn't
reboot or
specifically
something.
say what it was. They just
Oh,
said
no,
that he's
Arctic
working
Car,
on a new one. Yeah, they didn't say actually.
Hollywood.
It's
man.
Disney.
Because it was a 20th Century Fox movie, and now
Disney.
Disney. Is that right?
It's Disney.
Wow,
Yeah.
those are good fucking movies. I'm
Disney's
just excited
were
for
good.
Yo,
The
this is why
Batman.
invest in Disney's now and be their friends, because they're getting that. They're
invest in
gonna-
them now. That's going to cost you forever.
Oh.
Invest in them 30.
He's
Yeah.
doing the new
Years ago.
Batman with Twilight Boy.
Yeah, Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson. Look, that cast is rounding out nice too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
really
looking good.
interesting.
I think
It's
it's gonna
looking
be
good.
good.
All right, let's wrap it
excited.
up.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here at Get to the Movies. That's Get to the Movies with the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Gambino, Nick Gambino.
I'm Neil Carson.
Ah, fuck me. God damn it.
Ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom.
00. This is the new 00. 00.
Oh, I like that smooth.
That was good. That was good.
It's over. Go home. Go.